talk about Jen Scott from Power Rangers Time Force. So Jen went to the Time Force Academy. She became a Time Force cadet. But when she first started out, she wasn't doing that well. She was pretty garbage, and it made her want to quit because no one was supporting her, and no one wanted to help her. Um, but when she met Alex, um, they had an instant clicked relationship as opposed to they immediately had eyes for one another and they immediately liked each other. Alex then took Jen under his wing and trained her to become one of the best Time Force officers the Academy and the agency ever had. Then Alex and Jen, they started going on dates in the future, and eventually they got put on the same case and they were allies and worked together on many cases. But they all worked on these cases to stop one man, and this was Rancid. So Alex was on the assignment to fight Rancid in his warehouse before he escaped. When Alex fought him, he was able to arrest Rancic. But Rancic always had a back pocket plan. What he had is that his daughter Nadira would be at the ceremony where Rancic would get tried and be judged to see if he would go to prison. He did go to prison. And in the convoy, Jen, with her friends that she met at the academy as well with Alex didn't go, but her friends Lucas, Tripp, and Katie, they went with her to keep an eye on Rancic. But Rancic told Nadir to get his forces and destroy the convoy truck. This in turn giving Rancic the ultimate time to escape, but also leaving Jen and her friends looking like complete failures. Um, Alex was then Rancic then told the Time Force officers that he wanted to fight Alex again. Alex arrived at the spot he wanted to fight him, but right when Jen arrived, Alex got killed, like literally destroyed. Um, with this, Alex told Jen to keep this one promise to him, and that promise was to keep fighting and never give up until you catch it. Alex then died in her arms. Jen decided, the one I'm going rogue, and my friends are coming with me. So they went rogue. They went rogue. They went rogue. They took a time ship and they traveled to the year 2003, I believe, and they met. Because that's where Rancic went. Because since Rancic couldn't conquer the future, he was just gonna conquer the past. So they went, and Jen gave them morphers that she stole, but the morphers wouldn't activate because they need a Time Force Red, and Alex was that Time Force Red Ranger. So without Alex's DNA or a person like Alex to get the morpher off the DNA, to get the DNA for the morpher, they couldn't morph. So they were at a disadvantage. But that was until Jen met Alex's ancestor, Wes Collins. Wes was a spoiled rich boy, but inside deeply he wanted to help others. I did an origins video on Wes. Go check it out. Um, they met with Jen, and Jen basically used him. He was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use this boy for the morpher, and we won't need him anymore. So literally, Jen played him. Jen legit played him because Alex at first didn't believe what was going on, but until he saw it, that was when he was like, okay, this is real. I gotta help. So he activated the morpher, and they were able to transform. But after the morph and fight, Jen took away the morpher since they don't need him anymore. Alex was like, what? Wes was like, whatever, and he left. Then Wes saw a fight happen. A robber, Nadira was robbing like a jewelry store or a clothing store. Wes tried to stop it, but he failed. Jen then scolded him for doing so, and and she asked him, "Why are you doing this? You don't have a vendetta against him. We do. You have nothing to fight for." And this in turn gave Alex a revelation to realize what he's doing. So, um, so Wes keeps thinking about this, but then Jen and her team morph and they fight Rancic on front. But they get overpowered. West then shows up. Jen gives him another chance, and he proves that he can be a valuable member of the team. And then West joins the team. And during this time, Since Wes looks like Alex, she reminded her of the older relationship, but she's also starting to grow closer to Wes as opposed to start liking him. But she knows that she has to keep focused on the mission since that's what Alex wanted. So she's kind of going back and forth with what choices she should make. Eventually, at the end of the season, we find out Alex is not dead, but since they traveled back in time to stop Rantic's many fights, it made Alex to survive the attack. Wes then grew jealous of Alex, but Jen realized that she liked Wes more than Alex, so she broke off Alex and Jen's relationship, and she went to go pursue Wes, but she couldn't pursue Wes because since he lived in the past, she can't pursue him because she lives in the future. This causing a riffle, but they still love each other very much. So that is Jen's origin. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one.